In the last class, we were talking about the different aspects of the transformer, and the first thing we have considered the polarity test. Then we have also studied about the parallel operation of the transformer. Is it clear? I have already told you that first of all why there is need of parallel operation. This is very clear. Okay, that sometimes our load increases, then to distribute that load we go for another transformer which is connected in parallel with the previous one. Likewise, we can increase the number of the parallel transformer as per our load requirement. Mind it, anything which you plant is not for the present requirement, even in electrical engineering or even your life. Is it clear? When you plant something, for example, I have to design a classroom here, okay, then suppose at that time in 2005 when this classroom was being constructed, the intake was 40 students. So with the increase with 10% from outside, 5% from diploma holder, the total strength was 55. But in fact at that time the administrator must think that yes, I must design for 55 students. No. Okay, your classroom should be designed with the vision of next 20 to 30 years or even of the 50 years, because with the increase of the population, with the increase of the education demand, professional education demand, the strength may increase. For example, in 2016 or 17 we have increased our strength from 40 to 60. So with 10% from outside, 10% from the diploma, now we have a strength of near about between 75 to 80. Is it clear? So even in the coming years government may have policy that you increase strength from 60 to 80. Okay, then we have 100 students. Is it clear? So our classroom should be designed according to the vision of next 30 to 40 years. Similarly, at present the load was something, suppose say you require a transformer of 100 kVA. Is it clear? But at time as population will increase, more colonies will be there, or in our case suppose in our department or in our college more department will be formed, more laboratory equipment will be purchased, more AC will be installed, so therefore load will increase. So one way you go for either high rating of the transformer, another you just connect another transformer in parallel. Is it clear? So the parallel first application is that, what is that? In order to distribute the load, extra load. Second, the one of the beauty imparted by the parallel operation is that if one of the transformer get faulty, then your load can be shifted on the remaining parallel operated transformer. Is it clear? So there is no permanent shutdown. If there is only single transformer and if it is faulty, then whole load will be shut down. But at time being, if there are number of parallel operated transformer there, you can shift the load for a temporary time period. Is it clear? What else? Now another is transportation cost is also low. Why? Because to transport a heavy transformer, the cost will be more, and to transport a lower rating transformer, the transport cost will be less. So lot of these are the advantages associated with parallel operation of the transformer. And if you do this in the laboratory, again you have to take into consideration all the four important points, that is the kVA rating should be same, voltage ratio should be same or not. Okay, then second what, the per unit impedance should be same, polarity should be same, like this, and if in three phase, the phase sequence should also be same. Now today we go for another topic which is called the auto transformer. Now this you have seen in the laboratory also. Before this, there is another word you have heard in your second year first semester, that is about the potential divider. You have heard about the potential divider? Have you made a potential divider in the second year? Do you remember this schematic diagram? This is schematic diagram. In reality, it is being made with the help of rheostat. Have you seen a big rheostat? Okay, how many terminals that rheostat have? 3 terminals. How many terminals? 3 terminals. Now, what was the use of this potential divider? In order to obtain variable DC voltage. In order to obtain variable DC voltage. Is it clear? You used to provide 230 volt, or in your laboratory if 30 or 50 volt is available. If 230 is available DC supply, then well and good, but in general we have a 30 volt DC supply. Is it clear? Or if you have a 230 volt, okay, so input you are providing 230 volt, and with the help of this third terminal, by changing this third terminal Viper arm, you can obtain a voltage between 0 to 230 volt. Is it clear or not? So you want to apply 50 volt, okay, you change, see the voltmeter reading here, you connect a voltmeter here, and you see, okay, what is the voltmeter reading, accordingly you just drop that Viper arm there. Clear? Now, similarly, here in case of, it is not similar, but the objective is same. Mind it, there is a great difference between potential divider and auto transformer working wise, but the purpose is same. Here the objective was to obtain variable DC voltage. Here the purpose is obtained to variable AC voltage. Is it clear? Because in the laboratory or anywhere where testing is to be done, you have to test your device for different AC voltage, not at fixed voltage. Is it clear? आपको एक एक्सपेरिमेंट करना है किसी ट्रांसफॉर्मर में, उसको वेरीफाई करना है, तो आप क्या करेंगे, अलग अलग वोल्टेज पे उसको ऑपरेट करेंगे. तो अलग अलग वोल्टेज कैसे ऑब्टेन होगा? विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस सो कॉल्ड डिवाइस कॉल्ड ऑटो transformer. Now how it is different? It is different in the sense that in the case this potential divider, you will always obtain a voltage, output voltage will be always less than input voltage. Okay, but in case of, later I will see that in case of auto transformer this is not the case. Output voltage can be less than input voltage, or it can be greater than also. Clear? Secondly, second difference you will find, this is the first difference. Second difference you will find that the complete output voltage is obtained by conduction process. By conduction process. देखिए यहां से आपने सप्लाई लगाया. Is it clear? Let's say you obtain a 230 volt supply here. So current will flow through this. Is it clear or not? Okay. So through this whole rheostat current will flow. Wherever you stop, the current will. For example, you have made this point, so drop will be here only. If your is this, then drop will be here. Okay, so but this all drop is due to conduction of the current. But in case of auto transformer, you will see that not only conduction, but there is another process on which transformer is based, that is called induction. Induction is also there. That is why it is called. Otherwise, they would have named it as an AC potential divider. This would have been called as an DC potential divider, and this name would have been AC potential divider. But it has not been named as a potential divider, but auto transformer, where the output voltage is produced not only due to conduction but also due to induction. Is it clear? That is why, since its principle is also based on induction, therefore it is also being termed as a transformer. So these are the 2 points which I have highlighted, where how my auto transformer is different from potential divider. But purpose is same. In auto transformer, variable AC voltage, while in case of potential divider, the objective is to obtain variable DC voltage. Is it clear or not? Any doubt in this so far? इसमें अगर कोई डाउट हो तो बता दीजिए. इसका काम है वेरिएबल डीसी वोल्टेज और इसका काम है वेरिएबल एसी वोल्टेज. समझ में आया? और आप लेबोरेटरी में जाकर इसको देख भी सकते हैं. जिन्होंने भी मशीन लैब में गए हैं या सर्किट थ्योरी लैब में गए हैं, एक बॉक्स हमारे पास था, उसमें सारा वाइंडिंग्स लगी हुई हैं. दो इनपुट टर्मिनल्स हैं जिससे आप किसमें लगाते हैं, सॉकेट में। इधर सॉकेट में नहीं तो मशीन लैब में आपके टर्मिनल्स है, वहां टर्मिनल से वायर बांधते हैं। इज इट क्लियर? और घर में लगाना है तो क्या करेंगे, विल पुट इट इन द सॉकेट। ओके, सॉकेट एज पर योर रिक्वायरमेंट। ठीक है, सॉकेट कितने प्रकार के आपने अभी तक मार्केट में देखे? हाउ मेनी सॉकेट्स यू हैव सीन? 6 एम्पियर एंड 16 एम्पियर। Is it clear? 6 ampere and 16 ampere. One is the normal socket and another is the power socket. Is it clear? So input voltage is being put into the socket and there are two terminals on its front side where we obtain the output voltage. So I am drawing the schematic diagram of the auto transformer. Mind it, difference between them, here it is a resistance, but here it is a coil. Here it is a inductive coil is there. See the difference between the schematic diagram. Okay. Now see, this is a single winding transformer. This is a single winding transformer, mind it. The transformer which you have studied so far is which type of transformer? Two winding transformer. कितनी वाइंडिंग होती है उसमें? दो. कौन सी? प्राइमरी और सेकेंडरी. मगर ऑटो ट्रांसफॉर्मर में कितनी वाइंडिंग होती है? एक. लेकिन इसमें भी है ना, कंडक्शन भी होता है और क्या क्या होता है, इंडक्शन भी होता है, इसलिए इसको ट्रांसफॉर्मर की कैटेगरी में डाला गया है. ठीक है, हमने कुछ, ये क्या है, V1 क्या है? लेट अस गो थ्रू इट्स टेक्निकल टर्म. V1 इज द इनपुट वोल्टेज. व्हाट इज? What is N1? N1 is the number of turns on this from A to C. N1 is the number of turns. If I neglect the impedances, that is R1 and X1, okay, then the voltage per turn will be, neglecting impedances drop, voltage per turn will be equal to how much? Can anybody can tell me? Simple mathematical calculation. N1 पे कितना वोल्टेज लगा हुआ है? V1. कितना लगा हुआ है? V1. तो एक टर्न पे कितना वोल्टेज हुआ? V1 बाय N1. सिंपल. इसलिए मैंने पहले ही लिख दिया. कोई लड़का कह सकता है सर इसमें ये V1 वोल्टेज लगाया तो कहीं ड्रॉप होगा रेजिस्टेंस में, कहीं लीकेज रिएक्टेंस में भी ड्रॉप होगा, इसलिए मैंने पहले ही लिख दिया नेग्लेक्टिंग इंपेडेंसेस ड्रॉप, वोल्टेज पर टर्न विल बी इक्वल टू V1 अपॉन N1. अच्छा, ये जो मैं नेग्लेक्ट कर रहा हूं ये ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं अपने मन मर्जी के बस कर लिया, कुछ भी बोल दिया. इज इट क्लियर? ये कुछ भी नहीं है, ये सारा प्रैक्टिकली वेरीफाइड है. ठीक है, जो आपका ऑटो ट्रांसफॉर्मर लेबोरेटरी में यूज करते हैं उसका इंपेडेंस इतना कम होता है कि वी कैन नेग्लेक्ट फॉर the drop is very very small that we can neglect for our practical purpose. So the total applied voltage is nothing but V1 and therefore number of voltage per turn will be V1 upon N1. So what will be the voltage here across? Suppose this point is B. So what should be the voltage across BC? Do you agree? Do you agree or not? Everybody agrees? Now, So what is happening? Suppose initially it is under no load. This switch is in which condition at present? ये स्विच किस कंडीशन में अभी? ओपन. ये किस कंडीशन में? ओपन. ठीक है. When I will close it, it will get short circuited. Is it clear? But at present it is in open condition. So if V1 applied voltage is applied across it, what will happen? A current I1 will flow. Do you agree or not? A current I1 will flow. Now this current I1 will produce what? Its own MMF, its own flux. Flux कैसे produce होता है? Magnetic flux, मैंने बताया ना, आपने बेसिक लॉ पढ़ा होगा, ऑरेस्टेड लॉ पढ़ा है. Whenever current flows through a conductor, what happens? A magnetic flux is produced. Is it clear? And magnetic flux is given by how much? MMF, and which is nothing but current multiplied by number of turns. Current multiplied by number of turns. Is it clear? So your how much current is flowing here? I1. So tell me how much MMF will be produced? So before proceeding to that MFF, this is clear? This is clear? Now neglecting all the impedances, therefore input power will be equal to output power. Is it clear? बिकॉज मैंने इंपिडेंसेस को सभी को नेग्लेक्ट मान चुका है, तो उनके अक्रॉस कोई लॉसेस होगा नहीं, तो जो इनपुट है वो मुझे आउटपुट के रूप में मिलेगा. इनपुट कितना है? V1 इंटू I1, मान लो उसका पावर फैक्टर है cos θ1. कितना है? cos θ1. सो आई कैन राइट डाउन इनपुट पावर एज V1 I1 cos θ1. व्हाट इज नाउ? In order that my output should flow, this switch is closed. Switch is closed. Therefore, I2 current start flowing, producing a terminal voltage equal to V2. Clear? Therefore, अरे समझ में आ गया कि नहीं आ गया? इनपुट लगाया, स्विच को क्लोज किया, इनपुट में कितना करंट बहा? I1. तो टोटल पावर कितना हो गया? V1 I1 cos θ1. और आउटपुट कितना होगा? V2 I2 cos θ2. देखिए, अब चूंकि मैं इंपिडेंस को नेग्लेक्ट कर रहा हूं, ऑल इंपिडेंसेस आइदर ऑन द प्राइमरी साइड एंड सेकेंडरी साइड आई एम नेग्लेक्टिंग, देयरफॉर cos, इसको φ1 मैंने क्या लिखा? θ1 लिखा है क्या? ओके, सो लेट अस cos θ1 will be equal to cos θ2. Therefore I will get V1 I1 is equal to V2 I2. So this is the basic equation, power equation for an auto transformer, that if I neglect the impedances, then V1 I1 is equal to V2 I2. Now neglecting impedance is not an bluff, mind it. ये इस प्रकार का ऐसा ही कुछ नहीं कि ऐसा ही फेंक दिया गया है, ठीक है. This is a practical justification that the impedances of the auto transformer are very very small, that for practically purpose you can neglect it, and we obtain that input kVA is equal to output kVA. What is V1 I1? kVA, oh sorry, volt ampere. In higher term it is kVA. Is it clear? And what is V2 I2? Output volt ampere. Is it clear? Or in higher terms output kVA. Therefore, in auto transformer, one important equation we have obtained, that input kVA is equal to output kVA. You got my point or not? Now, with this much of background, now look towards this diagram again. I will talk now of the MMFs. Initially, it was open. I have applied an input voltage. What will happen? Instead of I1, an exciting current will flow. At no load, which type of current flows? No load current. Is it clear? What is the function? What is the two major function of no load current? It supply power for the core loss as well as for the मैग्नेटिक फ्लक्स. आई नॉट होता है कि नहीं होता है? आई नॉट के दो पार्ट होते हैं, आई और आई एम. आई एम का क्या रोल है? आई एम का क्या रोल है? मैग्नेटिक फ्लक्स प्रोड्यूस करना. और आई नॉट आई ई का कोर लॉस के लिए. लेकिन इसमें कोर लॉस वी कैन नेग्लेक्ट इट. ओके, सो द ओनली फंक्शन ऑफ द एक्साइटिंग करंट or the no load current will be to produce the MMF, to produce the MMF. So MMF will be produced because of the input voltage. It will produce the input current and MMF will be produced. Now as soon as I will close this circuit, what will happen? Current I2 will flow. Current I2 will flow or not? ठीक है. अब I2 flow हुआ, I1 कहां से बह रहा है? यहां से यहां ऐसे बह रहा है. इज इट क्लियर? तो I2 को किधर बहना चाहिए? I2 should flow in such a direction that it produces an MFF that opposes the MFF produced by the primary winding. ये हमने उसमें भी पढ़ाया था. इसमें भी ये होगा कि नहीं होगा कि I2 का करंट इस प्रकार बहे कि उससे जो MMF बने वो किसको, जो एक्साइटिंग करंट हुआ के कारण एमएमएफ हुआ उसको अपोज करे. मगर द नेचर इज एस्टैब्लिश्ड इन सच ए वे दैट द एमएमएफ शुड रिमेन कांस्टेंट. द एमएमएफ शुड रिमेन कांस्टेंट. सो द कांस्टेंट व्हाट विल हैपन? इट विल ड्रॉ अ करंट फ्रॉम द प्राइमरी वाइंडिंग. अरे I2 डैश नहीं पढ़ा था आपने? पढ़ा था कि नहीं पढ़ा था? और I0 प्लस I2 डैश बन के क्या बना था? I1. I1 क्या बना था? I1. तो the same principle here is also there. This is total I1 is composed of two current. One is the no load current and another is the compensating current to maintain the magnetic flux constant. Is it clear? So this I2 direction will be like this only and this I1 direction will be like this and it will leave from here. This is clear or not? अरे समझ में आया कि नहीं आया? नेक्स्ट लिखिए द मैथमेटिकल पार्ट. द करंट ICB can anybody can tell me, looking to this picture, what will be the current ICB? हैं? यहां कितना आ रहा है? यहां कितना जा रहा है? तो इधर कितना होगा? I2 minus I1. Is it clear? Simple Kirchhoff law. Is it clear? So write down ICB will be equal to I2 minus I1. Clear? And what will be the MMF of winding AB. बताइए, ये वाइंडिंग, इसका एमएमएफ कितना होगा? एमएमएफ मींस करंट मल्टीप्लाई बाय नंबर ऑफ टर्न्स। पूरे टर्न्स कितने? N1। ये कितना है? तो ये कितना हुआ? N1 माइनस N2। और इसमें करंट कितना है? I1। कितना है? I1। तो लिख लीजिए, नेक्स्ट। देखिए, ये जो मैं डिराइवेशन कर रहा हूं, ये किस लिए कर रहा हूं मैं? अभी तक मैंने कंक्लूजन निकाला, कोई समझा कि मैं इस डिराइवेशन से क्या समझाना चाहता हूं? मैं इस डिराइवेशन से यह समझाना चाहता हूं कि ये जो एक सिंगल कॉइल दिखाई है जिसमें मैंने टेपिंग्स ली है, इसमें इंडक्शन प्रोसेस हुआ है। क्या हुआ है? इंडक्शन प्रोसेस। इंडक्शन मींस flux is being transformed or energy is being transformed from one circuit to another via magnetic flux. ट्रांसफॉर्मर में क्या होता है? दो वाइंडिंग होती है, अलग अलग जगह होती है। एक को प्राइमरी कहते हैं, दूसरों को क्या कहते हैं? सेकेंडरी। प्राइमरी पे आपने इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी दी, इज इट क्लियर? लेकिन आपने क्या देखा कि दोनों वाइंडिंग के बीच में कुछ नो टच मी इज हैपनिंग, but then also the electric energy from primary ending is being transferred to the secondary ending. How this is happening? Because of induction process. Because of induction process. And who is carrying this energy? ये एनर्जी कौन ले जा रहा है? भाई एनर्जी जब तक जाएगी नहीं तब तक तो बहेगी नहीं, लेकिन ले जा कौन रहा है? कंडक्शन तो है नहीं, कोई वायर तो कनेक्ट किया नहीं। भाई यहां पंखा यहां पे है, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी यहां आ रही है, ये पंखा चल रहा है किसके थ्रू? वायर। वायर में सम कंडक्टिंग मटेरियल, इज इट क्लियर? अगर मैं वायर को हटा दूं तो क्या ये बहेगा? नहीं बहेगा, इज इट क्लियर? लेकिन फिर भी उसमें क्या हो रहा है? ट्रांसफॉर्मर में प्राइमरी पे लगाया और सेकेंडरी पे ऑटोमेटिक मिल गया, ठीक है, जबकि दोनों आपस में कनेक्टेड नहीं है। तो किसने बहा? मैग्नेटिक फ्लक्स। हु इज मैग्नेटिक फ्लक्स? एंड दिस प्रोसेस वी कॉल्ड इट एज एन इंडक्शन। अब इसमें मैं क्या कर रहा हूं? मैं ये सिद्ध कर रहा हूं कि ये जो वाइंडिंग है, ये जो वाइंडिंग है सिंगल वाइंडिंग ही है, लेकिन एक पार्ट है। इस वाइंडिंग में जो एमएमएफ प्रोड्यूस हुआ वो का वो अगर इस एमएफएफ इसमें प्रोड्यूस हुआ, इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि इसने इसको अपना एमएफएफ इंड्यूस कर दिया। क्या कर दिया? एमएमएफ इंड्यूस कर दिया। एंड देयरफॉर आई कैन से विद गारंटी दैट इट इज आल्सो बेस्ड ऑन ट्रांसफॉर्मर इंडक्शन इफेक्ट, हिंस आई एम कॉलिंग एज ए ऑटो ट्रांसफॉर्मर। You got my point or not? Is it clear? So what I have done this, I have find out the MMF winding AB. Is it clear? What is that? I1 N1 minus N2. Then I can also write down this as I2 minus I1 into N2, because I1 N1 is equal to I2 N2. And later on I also found from this that I2 minus N1 is nothing but ICB. Therefore, I can write some ICB into N2. So, the MMF of winding AB is equal to MMF of winding CB. Hence, the flux is being induced from one winding to the another winding, and therefore, induction process is there, and that is why it is being termed as a type of a transformer which we called as an auto transformer. You got my point? अरे समझ में आया कि नहीं आया? ठीक है. अच्छा, ये दोनों वाइंडिंग जो हैं, जो प्राइमरी और सेकेंडरी की तरह एक्ट कर रही है, दे आर ऑल वाउंडेड ऑन अ सिंगल कोर. All wounded on a single core. Is it clear? This is the another important feature which differentiates it from the transformer. Now, so if somebody asks you, giving you diagram like this, the transformer action is taking place between which two windings? Look towards this figure and tell me the transformer action is taking between which two parts of the winding? AB and CB or AB and BC, whatever it may be. Is it clear? Transformer action is taking between AB and BC. Clear? This you have to keep. So, likewise, these objective type questions can be asked in any type of competitive exams. In university exams, there is no pattern of objective type, but in your competitive exam, you may be given a diagram. In a given diagram, auto transformer diagram, the transformer action is between which two windings? It will be clear from between AB and BC, and we have already derived it. The MMF in both the case are same. You got my point? Now, how much this V1 I1 is the total input? V1 I1 is the total input, out of which how much is being used in the transformer action? V1 I1 is the volt ampere which is being treated as an input. This you agree? Okay. Now, transformer action has taken place from only AB winding to the BC winding. So, what is the VA of this AB portion? The input which is being utilized in the transformer action is how much? Voltage of this winding multiplied by current of this winding. So, how much it is? Can anybody can tell me? What is voltage? How much it is? What is voltage here? Total voltage is V1, output is V2. What is left? ये टोटल कितना है? ये कितना है? ये कितना बचा? इसमें करंट कितना आ रहा है? तो कितना हुआ वोल्ट एम्पियर? ऐसा इनपुट जिसने ट्रांसफॉर्मर के एक्शन में भाग लिया हो, कितना हुआ? V1 माइनस V2 मल्टीप्लाई बाय I1. वेरी सिंपल. So, how much part of that input is being utilized for transform action? So, you find out the ratio transform VA upon input VA. How much it is? V1 minus V2 up into I1 divided by V1 I1. I1 will cancel. So what is left? 1 minus V2 upon V1, that is 1 minus K. 1 minus K. You got my point? Now think in a practical way. इनपुट कितना था VA? V1 I1, अरे था कि नहीं था? उसमें से एक छोटा सा पोर्शन V1 माइनस V2 I1 चला गया किसमें? ट्रांसफॉर्मर एक्शन में. बाकी कहां गया? आउटपुट में. कितना गया? V2 I2. और वो कैसे गया? थ्रू कंडक्शन प्रोसेस. थ्रू कंडक्शन प्रोसेस. So what happens? Both induction and conduction process are there in an auto transformer. देखिए समझ लीजिए इसको. How an auto transformer is different from single phase transformer? That's what I am highlighting. What happens? MFF is produced here. Same MFF is produced here. What is the input? V1 I1. What is the output? V2 I2. Is it clear? Output. Now here what is the input here? V1 minus V2 into I1. So where has gone the remaining? To the output. Now this output is being transferred like this, while the induction process is being also going on. So conduction and induction both are going in the auto transformer. While in case of transformer, single phase transformer, only induction process take place. Conduction is there on their own ends, but not in there is no conduction between the two windings. In primary winding conduction is there, in secondary winding conduction is there, but the two windings are not interconnected by conduction process. Okay, only induction process there. But here in a single winding, conduction is also going and induction is also going. You got my point? That's how the auto transformer get differentiated from the single phase transformer. One coil is there which is wounded over a core. Okay, and in the same coil, conduction as well as induction process are going on. Clear? Is it clear or not? And you can verify it, how induction is going on and how conduction is going on. Is it clear or not? Now after this mathematics comes the applications of the auto transformer. कहां कहां यूज होता है? पहला यूज तो बहुत क्लियर हो गया. कहां पे हैं? कहां पे यूज हो गया? In the laboratory or in wherever testing is going on, we require variable AC voltage. Is it clear? Even आपने के जो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ट्रांसफॉर्मर है या पावर ट्रांसफॉर्मर है, इनमें भी अगर मान लो ओपन सर्किट और शॉर्ट सर्किट टेस्ट करना है तो हमें एक वेरिएबल एसी वोल्टेज चाहिएगा. तो वो कौन प्रोवाइड करता है? ऑटो ट्रांसफॉर्मर. दिस इज द वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट यूज ऑफ द ऑटो ट्रांसफॉर्मर. एडवांटेज क्या है इसके? Yes. First of all, only single winding is being used. While in case of single phase transformer, how many winding? 2 winding. So now you can think, if you are using 2 winding or other than 1 winding, where copper material will be more? In 2 winding copper material will be more, in single winding copper material will be less. Therefore cost will be less. Pehla thing, it is more economical. It is advantage. So this question can also be asked in your examination. Write down the advantage of first being single winding क्लियर, मोर इकोनॉमिकल, क्लियर। दूसरा, लेस कॉपर मीन्स लो कॉपर लॉसेस, हिंस मोर एफिशिएंसी। Now third, now it has low copper losses because less copper material is being required. Is it clear? It has also low leakage impedance. Practically purpose we have neglected also. हमने copper resistance को भी neglect किया और leakage reactance को भी, so being having low leakage reactance, voltage regulation is good. What do you mean by a good voltage regulation? I have already given you the definition of voltage regulation. Difference between the no load voltage and full load voltage. ये difference जितना कम होगा उतना बढ़िया हमारा वो ट्रांसफॉर्मर या वो डिवाइस होगा। जैसे मान लो आपको आपका ये ऑटो ट्रांसफॉर्मर नो लोड पे दे रहा है 250 वोल्ट, कितना दे रहा है? अब आपने उसके ऊपर है ना फुल लोड लगा दिया और फुल लोड पे आपको ऑब्टेन वोल्टेज और 245, कितना 245। वहीं दूसरी और एक दूसरे ऑटो ट्रांसफॉर्मर में दिया 230 ऑन फुल लोड, विच इज बेटर 245 और 230? 230 या 245? 245। See, two auto transformer are there, 1 and 2. Mind it. The no load voltage of both is say 270 and 270 volt. Clear? अरे समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? Now on full load, this one is given 245, another is given 230 volt. Which is better? 245. Which is better? 245. Difference is small. Difference between no load and full load is small. The better will be the voltage regulation, and if it is large, then poor will be the voltage regulation. Now since leakage impedance is low, drop across them will be low, and therefore we will get a better full load voltage. Is it clear? In case of auto transformer, and therefore गुड वोल्टेज रेगुलेशन। भाई जितना ड्रॉप कम होगा, ये 270 से 245 क्यों बना? ड्रॉप वोल्टेज ड्रॉप अक्रॉस whom? मी और यू, अक्रॉस रेजिस्टेंस एंड लीकेज इंपिडेंस। ड्रॉप किसके अक्रॉस होगा? या तो रेजिस्टेंस के अक्रॉस होगा या लीकेज रिएक्टेंस के अक्रॉस होगा। दोनों को हमने क्या माना? कम माना, तो ओवरऑल ड्रॉप कितना होगा? कम होगा। तो वोल्टेज रेगुलेशन किसमें बढ़िया होगा? सिंगल फेज ट्रांसफार्मर में या ऑटो ट्रांसफार्मर में? ऑटो ट्रांसफार्मर में। सो दीज आर सम एडवांटेजेस of auto transformer, that a good efficiency, less economical, so economical, and thirdly better voltage regulation. Have you understand this? अरे समझ में आया कि नहीं आया? ये क्वेश्चंस आते हैं. कंपेयर ऑटो ट्रांसफॉर्मर विद द सिंगल फेज ट्रांसफॉर्मर, mention the advantage of the auto transformer, then you should be in a position to write this. Clear? Now next come the disadvantage. Another stage of what are the disadvantage? The first disadvantage you can write down, if the ratio of, first of all write down, if the ratio of transformation, if the ratio of transformation K differs from unity, differs far from unity, the economic advantage of auto transformer decreases. Is it clear? Just at present you remember what is, because next class I will explain what is this, but you just for the sake of writing you remember that if this K differs far away from unity, then the economic advantage of the auto transformer decreases. And second important disadvantage, if, first listen, what is the disadvantage? If I apply a very high voltage across the primary winding of the auto transformer, and if the secondary is open, because the primary and secondary are not isolated, you understand this? Single winding is there, okay, just we are taking tappings from the that single winding and forming an auto transformer. Because of non-isolation, okay, if a high voltage is applied across the primary winding, then it may produce a dangerously high voltage across the low winding in open condition, which may be detrimental to the person working and to the device. आपने एक ऑटो ट्रांसफॉर्मर लिया और उसके प्राइमरी वाइंडिंग पे हाई वोल्टेज लगा दिया, ऑन करके छोड़ दिया. इज इट क्लियर? तो क्या हुआ, चूंकि आइसोलेशन है नहीं, प्राइमरी और सेकेंडरी में आइसोलेशन है नहीं, तो सेकेंडरी के अक्रॉस क्या हो जाएगा, नो डाउट वो नो लोड पे एक हाई वोल्टेज प्रोड्यूस हो जाएगा. ठीक है, और अगर उसके आसपास कोई व्यक्ति काम कर रहा है, देन इट कैन लीड टू एन फेटल एक्सीडेंट. इट कैन cause an accident to the person working there or the instrument around it or the devices around it. Is it clear? आप ये मत सोचना कि आप टच करेंगे तभी है ना सिस्टम आपको एक्सीडेंट देगा. आपको मालूम है आपकी जो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन लाइंस है, ठीक है, ओवरहेड लाइंस है, वे क्लियरेंस लिए हुए हैं ग्राउंड से, बिल्कुल आपके सर के ऊपर से नहीं जा रही है. देयर इज अ बिग क्लियरेंस इज देयर अबव योर हेड ऑल्सो. Okay, why this clearance is there? Because when high voltage is applied across a conductor, an electric field is produced around it. Is it clear? ऐसा नहीं है कि वायर में ही करंट फ्लो हो रहा है तो वही डेंजरस है, लेकिन उसके पास भी एक इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड जिसके एक पोटेंशियल है, इट इज प्रोड्यूसिंग एंड इट मे हार्म यू. इट मे harm you. Is it clear? So that they may not cause any accident. That is why it is being raised above the ground level and above your head also, so that that electric field also does not affect you. अरे समझ में आया कि नहीं आया? Is it clear? तो the same thing is there. though you may not touch the secondary terminals, but the high voltage, the electric field of that high voltage may cause fatal accident to the person working in and around. Clear? So this is the second disadvantage, that if HV is applied across primary of auto transformer, a high voltage may produce across open secondary winding because of non-isolation of windings, which may lead to fatal accident. This is clear or not? So with this ends our the auto transformer concept, and now we are left with another topic called three-phase transformer. What? Three-phase transformer. So far we have talked about which transformer? Single phase. Now all your transformer which are being used for the commercial purpose, they are three-phase. Whether your distribution transformer, power transformer or generating transformer, they are all which type of? Three-phase. So why we are going for first of all three-phase? What are the different connection? What are the different voltage and current relationship? Okay, then there are two special type of Scott connection and VV connection, which are important from examination point of view, because the remaining connections are very easy: star delta, delta star, star delta, delta star, or reverse wise you change it. But there are two important connection. One is called VV connection and another is called Scott connection. Is it clear? These are important from examination point. And then also come the parallel operation of the three-phase transformer, because it is being practically used. जहां आप डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन सब स्टेशन पे चले जाइए या ट्रांसमिशन में चले जाइए या जनरेशन पे चले जाइए, वहां पर क्या हो रहा है? वहां ट्रांसफॉर्मर का पैरेलल ऑपरेशन हो रहा है. ट्रांसफॉर्मर कैसे हैं? थ्री फेज. कैसे है? थ्री फेज. इसलिए इस थ्री फेज को समझना पढ़ना बहुत जरूरी है. दैट्स ऑल फॉर टुडे.